Hello. Um, no happy smile. This is not something, this is important. As if the Epstein Maxwell situation couldn't be any worse than decades of taking little girls from 11 years old and raping them repeatedly, intimidating so they don't tell, threatening, and this does include Donald Trump being named, threatening that if they tell anybody, a small preteen, telling a grown ass adult male, telling them, looming over them, saying, and if you, while the person's laying on the bed or wherever they were assaulted on, and then they tell them while they're closing their pants up, if you tell anybody, you won't be only killed, I will make sure your family is killed or your brother is tortured because we know where he goes to school. So don't think you're going to tell anybody. Do you understand? Okay? That's what they did to little girls. Sorry. They took pictures with them so they have their own little trophy remembrance. Oh yeah, it's an innocent picture. As far as we know, there weren't any like smut things made from them. We don't know, the public. Let me throw a slap fact on you that's not a fun one. Haven't you noticed in the presser in the last few days of the Epstein Maxwell accusers, victims, there were a couple men in there. Those weren't spouses. They weren't there as a spouse for some of the women, for support. The women together are their support. Those men are victims of Epstein Maxwell, and from what I understand, they are accusing Trump. Some of them. So it's not just underage, minor, preteen, and early teen girls. It was boys. That means Donald Trump is already legally a rapist. Now, not only is he possibly a pedophile, he's a bisexual pedophile. Now, let me explain this to you. Progressive and Democrats type of minded people, we don't have a problem. Liberal progressives, we don't have a problem with, we have a president that's gay or something like that. We don't have a problem with that, but you have a problem with that, don't you? You do, don't you? If there was a Democratic gay president, you would be peeing your pants and yapping your face off 365 days for 4 years. Literally, you would be. And in office right now, your little cult daddy is not only a rapist, he's not only a pedophile. It's obvious because he doesn't want to show the files. Under this much pressure, if he was just trying to protect friends of his currently alive, he wouldn't be putting his entire career and whatever the fuck his life has been on the line. He wouldn't do it. That man, Donald Trump, he wouldn't do that much for friends. He's fighting this because he is on the list. And not just as a casual, can I hop a ride somewhere kind of guest. But the reason I am specifying and make it sound so awful that there are even men who as young boys were victims, the reason I'm pushing it so badly is these people are a danger to your children, your grandchildren, your future. And you just want to leave them running around the planet? How can you say you love your children and your grandchildren if you're willing to allow this worldwide ring of bisexual pedophiles assault our little boys and our little girls? So while you're so busy protecting your orange god cult king, especially those of you with kids and grandkids, while you're trying to protect your god king so you can protect your own job, you're allowing pedophiles to rape little boys and little girls around the planet because you're protecting Donald Trump. Do you understand how sick that is? To put a pedophile, a bisexual pedophile rapist felon ahead of your own children and grandchildren. You think more of him and you value his life more than you value your grandchildren's lives. And I don't know about you, when it's put that way, that's a pretty fucked up and sick individual who's pointing the finger at liberals and progressives and claiming we're the mentally sick people. But the ones saying that are protecting a person who has spent decades raping little women and little boys, little men, little girls and little boys. See, they like to say young women. They were little girls. A 10-year-old, an 11, a 12-year-old, they're not young women. If anything, you would say young ladies, but that implies very young. And see, Republicans can't have you thinking that. They want you to believe they were 16, 17, kind of close. There is no kind of in pregnancy. And there's no kinda in the law. You are protecting someone who for decades in secret raped preteen boys and raped preteen girls, and then while they were trying to gather the last of their dignity, you intimidate them to never tell anybody, or it won't just be them suffering. Their entire family will suffer. What do you think that's going to do to a young person? And you Republicans are still protecting him. Why? Why? He's a child raper. He is all over those files. If all that was on the files is, like they claim, just think about this for a minute. They say, well, yeah, he might be on flight logs, but that doesn't mean he was doing things at the island. I mean, he might have been hopping a flight, or he had business and they were just, bullshit. Bullshit. That is just a way to twist out of the pretzel that one man, Donald Trump, has caused you all to get all aflutter and do whatever he says. You are protecting him. And I understand if you let go now, you're going to look pretty stupid, admitting. But you know what? You're putting how you look and your errors, your human errors, and making mistakes in supporting the wrong person, a sick person, and a cruel person. And you put all your eggs in that basket, and you keep adding more eggs when you see the basket is frayed. And you just keep piling more eggs in it. More excuses. You have to do all of this to protect one person. One person. One person. When in your life did you ever sacrifice everybody you care about for one person that's rich and that you crawl after. Do you understand what the long view looks like to everybody else in the world? Everybody here? You're groveling and kissing ass and sucking dick for one person and helping one person destroy not just our country, but the planet. Do you understand? This man is on a revenge tour for all things that he felt like he was the victim in, which is everything. He literally is ripping off the business and saying, I'm not paying you, and then turns it around like he does these days. Oh, I am the victim. You people, you just have this work and you can do whatever fuck ups you want. Nobody has to pay for it. You customer, fuck you. Because somebody would not redo something because it has a scratch on it. As if, how do you know that scratch didn't show up from the time they went home the day before to the time they came back? How do you know that? Okay? He's done this his entire life before there were CCTVs. Which is why he got away with so much. Because there was no proof for the victims. And any proof there was, because he was born into wealth, he could just buy people off and shut them up. Why are you protecting somebody like that? Really? Because now it's starting to look like everybody protecting him. Well, maybe you're a pedophile or a rapist too. Maybe that's why, because you're one of his kind. Birds of a feather flock together. If you don't like me inferring that maybe you're protecting a fellow pedophile because you're one, or you're somebody who hasn't done it but has always wanted to, because that's what people are saying, that anybody protecting Trump is probably also a rapist and pedophile, bisexual, gay, whatever. They probably are too, because you're just me thinks doth protest too much. So if people are saying that, so thank you for your attention to this matter, or should I say, thank you for your attention to this matter, as if it was all caps. You understand what I'm saying. So just to wrap up, if you're still defending Trump and helping him keep repressing the information, we're going to assume you're a pedophile too. Because only a pedophile would want to protect another pedophile. Put that in your pipe and smoke it.